Thank you very much. Well, KZN is very strategic because it's in the top 3 of the highest voter population. So if you want to upset the national trends, you have to cause damage in Gauteng, KZN, and the Western Cape, and make sure the ANC doesn't get anything beyond 60% anywhere in South Africa after dropping them below 50% in the 3 provinces. So I think it's an admitted fact that in Gauteng they don't even take chances. They know that it's gone, and then they will not regain the Western Cape. If anything, the DA is going to lose the Western Cape. Then the ANC will lose KZN and get less than 60% in majority of the provinces. Some even at 51, 49, and all of them. Then that drops their national outcome. So you can't do that. You can't achieve the removing of the ANC from government without having a plan with KZN. And you know, the people of KZN, they shocked us in 2019 on the national election. The outcome we got here, we never expected. And that was a call, in a way, for the people of KZN to say, we are longing for the EFF. We want the EFF, but the EFF is nowhere to be found. So we're here now. We didn't just come, we invited in 2019. They invited us. 350,000 votes, unexpected. Sihlele nje. Afika ma vote. So how do you get 350,000 votes without doing serious work and not go back there where there is potential? So we're here now, and it's going to be very difficult for the ruling party and for the IFP. So the second question is, Ngizwe Mchunu, I don't know the guy here. The first time I met that guy is there by the students. June 16, yeah, something June. And he was brought by SG to me. I'm like, what is this one doing now on the stage? They say he's an artist or something. I said, oh, let me just be polite. So I really don't care what he thinks of me. He's the smallest boy ever. I know talented artists. And I know one when I see or listen to one. There's no such a thing. So I can't entertain such things. That's why I never responded, never said anything. Even when the KZN was going up and down, I was like, is it worth it? Because sometimes, anyway, the ground forces have got energy, but sometimes certain things we must just let go. Because when you are a leader, you must expect such things to be said. That's how he feels. And then he expressed himself, and then they forced him to apologize. He apologized. So it's not an issue for me. Even if I see him tomorrow, I will embrace him like I do with all other African kids. I have no problem, none whatsoever. There's nothing personal. Uzama impilo shem, uthi uyazama zama uthi athole imali and support children. Mara uzama wrong. So he must try life different, not the way he's doing it, because now he tries life, he makes a stupid mistakes. Now a car is gone. Out of being excited and sitting on a toilet seat and say things that you're not supposed to say. on camera. Look at how much that has costed him. I wouldn't have wanted that for an African child, West artist who's trying life, such an opportunity to be taken away from him. But the ground forces and the leadership of KZN felt offended and they acted on it. I never interacted with that situation. No one even brought it to my attention. Not even a journalist has called me to ask me about that, because I assume everybody said it's not worth giving our attention. Candidate list, it will be announced. We are discussing today the manifesto and then the candidate criteria. And that criteria will be published and everybody will get to know about it. It will be sent to the structures of the EFF. Candidate list is not a difficult thing. We are an organization that exists through democratic centralism. So the people who are going to parliament are ground forces of the EFF, are the leadership of the EFF, and professionals who are going to add some particular lacking skill or aspect amongst our collective. The women will have to be there, the youth will have to be there, and demographics must be balanced. And that's it. But our members will express themselves. I have not gone through the guidelines who are going to be taken through now. But democratic centralism says the views of the lower structures of the EFF ought to be taken into consideration when a final decision is made. So we'll listen to our structures. But ultimately, the central command will come up with a list. Yeah, it's an EFF list. And I don't know, if it was for me, I'm more interested in the leadership of the EFF. Who leads the EFF as an organization? Because if we have a better organization and better EFF, then we will have better deployments. Because with deployments, it's not a complicated thing. When a person misbehaves or do something wrong, you can recall them. But when you elect wrong leadership into the structures of the EFF, you can't recall them. And it's very painful to disband a democratically elected structure. It's undesirable. So that's where we'll have a lot of debate. But on these ones of who goes, who doesn't go, for sure, even Carl Niaus is on his way there, Shema. There's no problem. There shouldn't be a problem. Nathi sibe nomlungu, yes. Sibe nomlungu in parliament. Angithi bathi asifuna abalungu. So it is Tole umlungu nathi in parliament. So we shouldn't make the list a big thing, DP, as if this is what will make or break the EFF. No, what will make and break the EFF is Third National People's Assembly. That's what will break the EFF, not who goes to parliament. Now, if it was for me, I wouldn't want to go to parliament. I would want to stay in the party and build the organization. And I refused that even when I was in the ANC. I was offered to go to parliament as president of the Youth League. I refused that because I wanted to build the Youth League. We were offered ministerial positions. We refused that because we thought we need to build the Youth League to be a formidable force, which we did. I can tell you now, I agree it takes generation to produce that kind of leadership for the Youth League. It will never happen in our lifetime, sure. But those Zama, they will never get it right. So we are more interested in the organization, not in the positions of government and state and all of that. We pay it here. And we pay everywhere we go, we pay. We pay. But for you to come ask us for receipts, say, ngathi zingane. No, lingayenzi lento. We must respect each other. There's a lady who once opened my wallet and I allowed it. And my wife was very angry with me for doing that. She will never repeat it. And no one ever will repeat that. Singajwayelani. When we're being kind and nice, we're not kids. We've got children, very old children and wives and families. Don't come here and ask us for receipts. For what? This is a public institution, this. You can go there. Their books are open. There's nothing wrong with you going there. It's your place, it's your institution, this one. Not this one. Not this one. So we don't go anywhere for free. And we don't ask for free things. Even with artists. When an artist has given us an invoice, we don't ask for discount or anything. When you come to see here in this rally, every artist that's going to perform here will be paid. We don't do those things, hey, we're government, we're not IRA. We give you money for Durban Rocks, therefore you must come to our rally for free. No. If he got money for Durban Rocks, it means he put a nice proposal, deservingly he got the money. He's not coming on that now. He's coming on himself as an artist. You have to pay. We do that everywhere. Killings of traditional leadership is the same as killings of political leaders in KZN, and is the same as killing of people. I really don't know. Maybe one day we need to come together with the religious leaders and traditional leaders and all political parties and just have a cleansing day of this province. Because they kill with ease. They kill with ease. I don't understand what informs that. They killed a councillor there in Nongoma. The old lady, how old was she? 70-something. A lady, 70-something. They shoot her. How do you shoot a 70-year-old woman? Why can't you just put a pin on, like we see on TV, on a nose or something? Shoot her. The use of a gun is when you are seriously threatened and you're like, this only needs a gun. She wouldn't have needed that kind of killing if she has to be killed. But you go and shoot a 70-year-old woman and then you think you are normal. There's really something wrong here. And we need to confront it. But my problem is that the killers are known. They are even given titles of Inkabi. You see, if you go where Marshall comes from in Mzimkhulu, Gunzim, Batwell, from Mzimkhulu. So they are known. The community knows that one is an Inkabi, that one. And then you have a state that is helpless, a state that cannot protect its own citizens against criminals who declared war on your citizens. The state should not be negotiating those people. I don't want to say I'm disappointed in General Mkhwanazi because I still have some confidence in him. I still believe there is something that can come out of him, especially for this province. But if I had this 100% confidence when he came in, for sure I'm now sitting at 75%. And what dropped it drastically was the killing of AKA. Because I was like, they killed him in a wrong province. Them Mkhwanazi is not going to play with them. We found the bullet. We found the car. We found the gun. We found the car. What must we do with that? That kind of information. Bekele just calls a press conference with a big head to come and tell us he knows the car and the gun. We're not interested in that. We are interested on that boy who pulled a trigger in front of a camera, killing a high-profile person. A high-profile person get killed in front of a camera. The whole world watching. Till today, we have not arrested those people. Even if there are people in our corners and all, we must tell them, "Rai, my brother, no, this one, yeah, you are going to embarrass all of us here. We have to be seen doing something, man. We must arrest you and take you to prison. When you are in prison, we are in charge. Then we can put you in some, 2-bedroom, give you TV, whatever. If they know them and they work together, they must just tell him, surrender, my guy, to save our face." These guys are not ashamed of not having arrested a killer of AKA, a killer of DJ somebody, who was shot from the front, from the side, and then on top. A person climbs on top of a car and shoot from the top with a rifle. And the state has got nothing to do with that. Till today, we don't know who killed these high profiles. So you're talking about some traditional leader in Umsinga, and you think, it will be resolved. It will never be resolved if they can't resolve this. Till now, we're just going to die. Now we're even worse. Our daughters are going to disappear. I'm telling you. We cannot have a state that is unable to defend its citizens. These guys who kill people should be dropping like flies. They must be identified, and there must be a conscious decision that these ones were dropping them. And a message must be sent to them that one move, you are out. We're not going to play with you. You cannot undermine the state to that extent, where a state is helpless. We are at a point where the state is helpless. Yeah, in KZN, they even went into a church to rob a pastor in front of cameras, preaching. It can't be this way. 2024 must stop this nonsense. Just try us for 5 years, and see how much you are going to collapse your high walls. Because there will be peace. You will want fresh air to come in. You will not be scared. We'll secure the streets, and we'll take each other with criminals toe for toe. A police officer, a soldier should join the force knowing I'm prepared to lay my life in defense of my country and my people. But it's not the same. Here, the leadership is involved with gangsters. It's involved with Nkabis. It's involved with all of that. The state leaders. Why? Because this thing is a problem here. We even did a commission about it. We even put some unit to go and look after these issues of political killings. Why can't we create a special court to deal specifically with political killings and killings of traditional leaders? If we can do a commission, it means this is a crisis. If we can have a special unit focusing on that, it's a declaration of a crisis. Let there be special court to deal with political killings in KZN, so that when a person kills a person, gets arrested, get tried quickly and sent to prison, to send message back home that you dare try to kill a person in KZN, you will go to jail within a short space of time. We did that in 2010. Why did we feel so special about international people, so much that we don't feel special about ourselves, to create special courts to deal with our immediate challenges? That's what the EFF will do. Here in KZN, when we take over, the special investigating unit will be set aside to investigate political killings, and the prosecution will be given priority through special courts to attend to these matters as urgent as possible, because it's no longer a joke, the killing of people here in KZN. I mean, if you saw how Magaqa was killed till today, now I'm not even sure if those people that are arrested are the correct ones. What? I just gave up. I just gave up because I just, something in me just tells me these guys are not willing to solve this problem because they know the perpetrators. That's why. And the perpetrators know more about them than they do about the perpetrators. So they live under a blackmail. The way they killed Magaqa, it was heartless. And Magaqa was also a high-profile politician in KZN and nationally. A friend of mine, when he died, Mbalula rushed to the family and said, Malema must not come here and speak. They refused me to go and bury him. I never buried my friend Magaqa. Refused by Mbalula. You journalists of KZN, go and listen to the speeches in that Magaqa's funeral. Lamola said they are going to open a trust for Magaqa's children. Pule Mabe said they are going to open a trust for Magaqa's children. All of those children, that those people who denied me to come and bury a friend, all of them are doing nothing for those kids. Those kids are on my shoulders. I never took a platform. I never took a speech and said, I'll look after Magaqa's. You know, I'm doing it genuinely out of my own volition. Because I know Magaqa would have wanted me to be at his funeral. He would have been at my funeral had I passed on before him. But political opportunism took over, hijacked his funeral, never found the killers, and never followed any of the things they said. So I said to my wife, and it's in my will, this thing. The program who's going to speak is there. Those who are not wanted is there. Even some relatives are there on the list. They must not come. And I said to her, it's in the will. No one must take a platform and say, we're going to do 1, 2, 3 for Julius Malema's children. I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm working now. I'm working for my children. They will survive with the little I'm leaving them. No politician must take a platform at my funeral and say, we're going to support Malema's wife. That time they want to get into a bed. We're going to support Malema's wife. Amanda. They want to attack. Useless. Hey, we're here to support, like we said in the funeral. Wrong. There's no support. Hey, we're going to support Malema's children. Leave my children alone. Why do you wait for me to die before you can support them? Why? And I said to her, if you sit there, someone says, I'm going to support Malema's children, you don't stand up. You must know you sold me out. You must just stand up, hey, lapo, ima. Hey, oh. That must never be said. Don't say that, please. Because they take a platform here, say all manner of things for hands. When they leave, they even forgot what they said. Urman, that issue of Magaqa's children, which one? But the speech. The people who said they will look after Magaqa's children are still alive. Some are ministers, some are leaders. Mbalula is a secretary general. They went to Magaqa's home with Sitlezi Galala and said, if you allow this guy to come, we are going to remove that tent. But they did a big tent there for them. And then after that, they left with their tents. They never returned back to that house. So one day I was in Mzimkulu. I went in there to go and check up on the mother of Magaqa. She was crying like the funeral is today. They abandoned them. So we will never abandon Magata's children, because he was a comrade of ours. He was not a member of the EFF, but he was a comrade of ours even when he was in the ANC. We had that brotherhood. And that's why these people about Tshwanalebo, Ngizwe, they don't know what we're talking about. They don't know our relationship with this province. They don't know it. That we don't have to be Zulus to be leaders of this province. We led this province when we were young. This is our home. You know, I was sitting with some Indian businesswoman saying to me, I'm the one who took the ANC to Nongoma. He says he did that. And I looked at him and said, I took the ANC to Nongoma when I was very young. The ANC national and the ANC province released a statement to distance themselves from me and said, we are not part of that Malema. The youth league said we are going because there cannot be a no-go area. When we went into Nongoma, I was joined behind the buggy by Minister Senzo Mchunu, who said, we can't leave you here alone. We're coming with you. We were joined by the army. The soldiers came. The IFP tried what they tried. We said, you can't do anything. They threw stones at us. They tried to threaten us. We said, there's nothing like that which is going to happen. That's when the ANC started to break grounds in Nongoma through the Youth League. That was led by us. So we've been canvassing uncanvassed grounds in this province for a very long time. What was that comrade who died? Wandile Mkhize. Those are the comrades we're working with here in KwaZulu-Natal, including the former chairperson here of the ANC, is Mchunu also, the one who died. John Mchunu. We worked with John Mchunu. We worked with this Senzo Mchunu. Senzo Mchunu, don't undermine him. Don't look at his tiny body and think, this guy is not. That guy is very brave. Even behind the buggy when we're entering Nongoma, the kind of things that were on his body, I don't want to talk about them. But it was a man that was prepared to do anything for the ANC to enter Nongoma. He's not a very talkative leader and all of that, but very brave, intelligent leader that this province has produced, a dignified someone. So all I'm saying is that we will never ever give up on this province. It's our province. And we're not visitors here. My favorite holiday destination is Durban, not Cape Town. That water in Cape Town is not nice. So Floyd can go that side. I'm here. So, comrades, I think those are the issues. The confidence is at another level about the KZN. We're excited. We're happy to be here. We've arrived today. We're going to leave on the 11th of February. So whatever we're doing nationally will be coming from here to wherever we're going and coming back here. So and this stadium will be full to capacity. I can tell you that now. We're not a Mickey Mouse organization. They will be saying we brought foreigners and Nigerians and what, because every time we defeat them, they say we brought foreigners. So I don't know if we've got 56,000 foreigners who are going to fill up this stadium. This stadium is going to be filled up by our people, by EFF people who will not enter a bus if they are not registered to vote, who will not enter this stadium if they are not registered to vote. We have no business with people who are not registered to vote. Even Sizofunda Ngenkani, Every child who's going to come to the EFF student command table to ask for an assistance, you must first present your ID number to check if you are registered to vote. We register you first to vote. If you are not registered to vote, then we help you to enter the university. A lot of students are not registered. When we were campaigning now in PE, Nelson Mandela University, the EFF got more than 8,000 votes during SRC elections. But in 2021, EFF got 200 votes, local government elections, in the same ward where the university gives us 8,000. When we went to check, they are not registered to vote, those kids. And then they turn up on the day of voting because of excitement, say, no, want to vote. They turn them back because they are not registered to vote. And then when we picked that up, immediately we declared war on that university. That weekend of registration, we took a lot of thousands of them to go and register to vote. And then we found a DA councillor who made himself, a white guy who made himself an induna of that place. He said, where are these people from? I know everybody here. Said, hey, when these kids belong to that school and they reside in this place, they are going to register here. So we're going to have a targeted approach on universities, TVET colleges. We must get all of those students out to vote. We must get the youth out to vote. The rally that we are bringing here is no ordinary rally. It's a rally of the elections. We are here to campaign. And anyone who's joining us must be in the mood of campaigning. We do so peacefully, without provoking other political parties. We want peaceful elections because the IFP and the ANC thrive through violence. If you do violence, you'll make them win. We don't thrive through violence. We thrive through superior logic. Thank you.